take off with it.
That's the power of this, and that's what Apple has really put in our hands. It's not about new technology. It's not about a new toy or a new box. It's a whole new way of thinking.
Woo! All right. So, that is the new PowerBook G4. And again, we're working 7 days a week to get them to you as fast as we can, and we're shipping in high volume, so it shouldn't be too long. Next, I'd like to talk about the new PowerMac G4. We have a new generation of PowerMac G4s. Our theme is Power to Burn. This is an incredibly fast product with the G4 processor as well. And now we're running at 733 megahertz, which is 5.5 gigaflops of sustained performance. We have 4 models, going from 466 to 733 megahertz. They all have CDRW capability built in to every model. They all have 133 megahertz bus with much faster internal bandwidth. They all have AGP4X. And they all are using NVIDIA, or the top 3 models, are using NVIDIA graphics chips. The GeForce 2MX is standard in the top 3 models. We have a new audio system built into all of them with a 10-watt digital amplifier. And we have gigabit Ethernet on the motherboard in all 4 models. We've also added a 5th slot. We have 5 slots and better PCI performance. And all of them are Mac OS X ready, fully configured and certified. So, these are our 4 models. Now, I want to mention something very special about the top one. We introduced last month called the Super Drive. It's an industry first. This is amazing to me. I've been dreaming about this for years. What is a Super Drive? Well, if you look at what a drive can do, an optical drive, you have CDs and DVDs. A drive that reads CDs is called a CD-ROM drive, as you know. A drive that reads DVDs is called a DVD-ROM. It can read CDs and DVDs. A drive that reads and writes CDs is called a CDRW drive. And there are going to be combination drives that combine 3 of the 4 quadrants to read CDs and DVDs and write CDs. And that'll be called a combo drive, and we're starting to see those appear in the market. They will really start to appear this spring and summer. But what about this last quadrant? This last quadrant is the most amazing. It's called DVD-R, and it's the ability to write a DVD disc that is playable in a consumer DVD player. And we are offering all of these in the Super Drive. The ability to read and write data on CDs. The ability to read and write audio on CDs, the ability to read and write data on DVDs, and the ability to read and write video on DVDs. All of these together is what the Super Drive is. It's the ultimate drive. It's an industry first, and we've made it standard equipment on every high-end Power Mac, on every 733 megahertz. We're very excited about this. And I'm pleased to announce that all 4 of these models are now shipping. So, the new PowerMac G4 has power to burn CDs, DVDs, and oh, by the way, Pentiums too. Now, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. The new Pentium 4 is pretty fast. From a megahertz point of view, it's really fast. 1.5 gigahertz versus the 733 megahertz G4. Which is actually faster in real-world applications? Let's find out. I'd like to bring up Phil Schiller, our Vice President of Worldwide Product Marketing, to help me do this demo. Phil, what have we got today?
Steve. Morning, everyone. I'm really pleased to be able to show you just how fast this new Power Mac is. What we have here are 2 computers to set head-to-head in a real-world task, the kind of things our customers do every day, and let's see who's fastest. Up on the left-hand side of the screen, you see the fastest Mac we have ever made. a Power Mac G4 with a PowerPC G4 chip running at 733 megahertz and running macOS 9.1. On the right-hand side of the screen, we have the fastest Intel Pentium ever shipped. We have an Intel Pentium 4 running at 1.5 gigahertz and running Windows 2000 Pro. And we're going to put these computers side by side in a fair showdown of exactly what our customers do every day, professional application, pushing a lot of data around, and that's Photoshop 6. Photoshop 6 runs on both machines, takes the most advantage of both processors and system architectures, and it allows us to have the same file on both machines and run through the same steps to do real work. So Steve, if you can help me bring up Photoshop.
Let's do it.
Now on the count of 3, we're going to start these machines running, and they're running the same file, the same scripts, and this is a file given to us by a professional artist with real work he has to do in his job every day.
All right, are you ready to go? G4 on the left, Pentium 4 on the right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Now we have a large file here, over 100 megabytes, with over 140 scripted artist actions that this artist does to create this image. And it's going to step through 22 different layers, masking them, compositing them, using filters on them, to finally create a movie poster. Again, the Power Mac on the left, the Intel Pentium 1.5 gigahertz on the right.
Done, right? Power
Yes.
Mac is done. And Pentium 4 is still cranking away. Keep in mind that we have customers that do this dozens and dozens and dozens of times every single day. And it adds up. All right, looks like the Pentium 4 is now done.
Great.
Thank you,
very
Phil.
much.